My name is Haley. I am 8 days post-op from having a septoplasty and a turbinate reduction, and I thought I would share my experiences, so let's get to it. When I was getting ready for my surgery, I watched a couple of YouTube vlogs that helped me a lot in my preparation. I just wanted to do the same thing for you guys. Hopefully that's what this video will do, is just give you my experience. Of course, disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional of any kind. I just wanted to share my experience and the way things went for me so that hopefully it will help you. So the way that I started out with this whole process was not being able to breathe through my nose for my entire life. I remember being a kid and my mom would say, breathe through your nose like a normal person. Why do you breathe through your mouth all the time? And I wondered why it was so hard and why everybody else could do it and I couldn't. Well, I'm 37 and I finally figured it out. So this process began with me going to the doctor and saying, hey, is there anything we can do? I had quit smoking, drinking, I lost weight, I did everything that I could think of to do. And yeah, they put a camera down my nose and they said, looks like you have a lot of excess tissue, and I didn't even know that I had a deviated septum, and I had a bone spur, so surgery was in order. As you can see, my nose is still crooked, shaped the exact same. At no point were there any visible external signs that I had had surgery, other than the blood for the first couple of days, of course. But like I never experienced bruising. Obviously there are no incisions on the outside. Before and after, essentially the same thing. Minor trigger warning, you know there's going to be some blood in some of these videos. I'm going to talk about congestion and sneezing and snot and stuff like that, but it's all really to be expected. I feel like I should just say this. It's like an overarching thing. Vomiting. I did not actually do it, but I was very nauseous for the first 1 to 3 days. This is not weird for me. Everything makes me nauseous. Ever since I was a kid. Reading in the car, any kind of motion sickness. I went skydiving one time, had to stop and throw up 3 times on the side of the road on the way home. Just everything makes me nauseous. This made me very nauseous for a little while, but thankfully I did not actually throw up. That was a very big deal for me. Thinking about the fact that I could, with fresh incisions, yeah, that was very uncomfortable to consider, and I was really scared that that was going to happen, but thankfully it did not. And my other concern was sneezing. I was wondering how in the world I would cope with doing that. I ended up sneezing on day 5, which was hilarious. And so there was like a nanosecond of sheer terror. They had told me at the surgery center before I left, sneeze through your mouth if that happens. And so I tried to do it and it was fine. Oh, honey.
I want to be in this video too, Mom.
Okay, so here we go. A few videos of my day-to-day experience. It's just days 1, 2, and 3. Beginning with the only one that's any semblance of cute, other than Breaker, of course, which is me waking up from anesthesia.
I did not throw up.
You did not throw up.
Okay. Wow. I'm impressed with myself.
Look at that. You're amazing. You did so great.
You look so hot.
Thank you.
I love it.
Okay, so this is day 1. I had the surgery about, oh shoot, I don't even know, maybe 6 or 7 hours ago. As you can see, it's no cause for alarm, but as you can see, I am soaking through this, so maybe I could have waited to take this video until after I change it again, but this will be, I'm about to change into my 3rd gauze. I don't think I'm bleeding too much or anything though. For as much time has passed, I'm pretty sure it's normal. And I'm not experiencing all that much pain. I was absolutely terrified of throwing up. That was my main concern. I feel actually great. He gave me some sort of antiemetic, which I've already forgotten the name of, with the anesthesia. Very uneventful compared to the way I thought it would be. So I do have a little bit of pain, weirdly, in my front teeth and the roof of my mouth, like up in my palate. And a little bit of pain like here and on the other side. And of course, he did give me some hydrocodone, so I'm sure that's helping. But yeah, it's just as easy so far as they told me that it would be. So yeah, I think I need to change the staying gauze, and yeah. Okay, so it is 7:15 on day 2. I slept pretty good, except I woke up just at 3:30 with sort of a stabbing sensation on the bridge of my nose. Like right there. And I don't know what caused it or anything, but it was enough to wake me up, but it wasn't awful and it went away immediately. It looks like I didn't bleed very much, which is awesome. But I wanted to share the uncontrollable urge to sneeze that is happening right now. I got up to take my meds, and ever since I laid back down, it's like terrifying me that I might actually sneeze. So I've been taking really deep breaths and trying to stave that off. Yeah, we're just gonna hope that that does not happen at all, so. So it's almost 4 p.m. on day 3, and I am still without gauze. I've had the tiniest little bit of dripping and drainage, which is really manageable, especially with the saline rinse. It's helping a lot. It feels like I have a stuffy nose, and maybe a little bit of a drippy nose, but yeah, nothing that I've not been able to manage. And I don't know, I feel really fortunate that this recovery has gone way better than I thought it would. The nausea is completely gone, obviously the number one thing that I was very concerned about. But yeah, I feel really good. So this is the point where the trigger warning is going to come into play the most. So I just wanted to show a little video of the before and after interior images that the surgeon gave me as I was leaving that day. So 8 days post-op now. The congestion was pretty crazy for maybe days 4 through 6, I want to say. Today, I do feel the tiniest bit congested, but really it's no big deal. The humidifier and the neck pillow, I actually only used them for 3 nights total. I don't even think that they were actually necessary, but they did help me just a tiny bit, falling asleep, and I was on the hydrocodone, and I was so worried that I was gonna like roll over and bonk myself in the nose. But yeah, they both helped a little bit. I woke up with my mouth 1 fraction of a degree less dry than usual. And speaking of that, so breathing now, I am able to lay on my back and sleep, although Brian says that I'm definitely still snoring. Things are not completely healed though. Once everything is completely healed, I think that breathing through my nose is just going to be a whole new experience. With the congestion pretty much gone, I can already tell that there's just more of an airway there. I'm able to draw in more breath than I ever was. So I can tell that it will be more possible than ever to actually breathe through my nose. Sleeping and exercise for me are the 2 areas that I could not get it under control. Knew that there had to be a better way. The only other thing that is a little bit concerning to me, what I've been doing my whole life up until now, is mouth breathing. And I think that training myself out of that is going to be a whole separate thing. The surgery was like one aspect of it, and I think that now I'm going to have to fight against my muscle memory, right? Of my jaw falling open while I'm asleep. I'm thinking about maybe using mouth tape. I don't know. We'll see about that. But yeah, and training myself like while I'm exercising and running to keep my mouth closed and breathe through my nose is going to be a whole nother thing. Step 1, the surgery is out of the way. And one more thing is that weirdly, the only thing that actually hurt quite a good little bit were my upper teeth and the roof of my mouth, my palate. There was a lot of pressure. For the first 2 days or so, it felt like my 4 to 6 front teeth were loose and kind of throbbing. I just wanted to say that for me specifically, in my experience, that was the only thing that actually hurt. On a scale of 1 to 10, like maybe a 2 or a 3. It was not unbearable by any means, and the meds definitely help with that. It's just odd. So as long as you have a surgical team that you're really happy with, never be afraid to communicate with them. That's what they're there for. Ask them all of the questions that you have. Tell them anything that you're concerned about, and they will definitely do their best to help you. And as long as you have a good support system at home to help you through the first few days, you're going to be fine. This is really, in comparison to some of the surgeries that loved ones of mine have had, this was really not that big of a deal. And I mean, I highly recommend it. I can already breathe through my nose, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that this is going to change my life drastically, and that's the whole point. So I hope this video helps you as much as some of the other videos that I found helped me in just preparing myself and giving me a little tiny bit more peace of mind than I had going into it. Good luck, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Good boy. Where was I?